Yo, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Cartier, you in Cartier World. Today, we got another reaction video, bro. Need y'all to like, comment, sub up, man. Like, comment, sub up. Let's run them comments up, man. Run them numbers up. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all been doing y'all thing, bro. Let's keep at it, man. We need 5,000 subs, so let's get to 5K subs, man. We on the road to 5K subs, bro. We just need consistency. You know what I'm saying? We working on that consistency. We coming back to back, man. We trying to grow the community, all that, bro. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all been doing y'all thing. Today, you know, we got Dr. Umar calls out black community over Diddy video and questions if Cassie wanted money or justice. Wow. Okay. This is deep, bro. If y'all don't know who Dr. Umar is, man, I think he's a doctor of clinical psychologist. He's building an independently funded school. He's a Pan-Africanist. Very controversial on the internet. Popular dude. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see more of this type of content too. I actually like. I rock with Dr. Umar. Some of his takes. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know if y'all want to see more of this after this reaction. But let's get to it.
I gotta ask you, what was your reaction when you seen the video of Diddy attacking Cassie?
Okay. The trials and tribulations of Sean Puffy Combs in the Cassie debacle. Here's what I'm going to say. I want to respond to your question on the Diddy situation morally and ethically, and then I want to respond to it legally and procedurally because I believe they're separate. American law.
He breaking this shit down. He said, nigga, morally, we gonna break it down, and then in the legal system, niggas, I ain't know he was tapped into the law like that. But shout out Umar. Now I ain't gonna lie, his opinion should be voiced carefully because this counts. A lot of people look up to dude.
Based on justice. We know that. American law isn't based on righteousness. We know that. American law isn't based on morality or ethics. We know that. So I have to respond with the moral side as a black man watching a black man not only put his hands, but also put his feet on a woman. And I don't care what color the woman is, no woman should ever be harmed by a man. I don't care if she's red, black, blue, purple, or brown. No woman should ever be assaulted by a man. And I can't say that enough. So from a moral perspective, from a black man perspective, what Sean Puffy Combs did by not only putting hands, but also putting feet on that woman and then dragging her down the hallway is unacceptable. It is reprehensible.
Thank you. It's unacceptable, man. That's what I was looking for, bro. You know what I'm saying? We want to know, what was it unacceptable or not, man? Shout out to Dr. Umar for holding Diddy accountable, holding the media accountable, everybody, and speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? And not speaking on it apprehensively, not like, you know, kind of scared to speak on it. I feel like he about to give us a very detailed breakdown.
It was absolutely disgusting,
Facts.
grotesque, and to some degree, unforgivable. I'm 10 toes down with the black community on the fact that what Puffy did was without question conduct unbecoming a man, let alone a role model. You have no argument from me on that point. I want to be clear on that. Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Damn.
But now I have to turn the mirror on black America. And I have to ask black America a very serious question. Are you really against domestic violence? Or are you simply glorying in the downfall of a very successful rap mogul and you're using the domestic violence incident as a justification to celebrate his fall from grace?
Wow, that's a powerful question. Are you really a domestic violence advocate? Do you really care about this issue? Do you speak on these issues or help out individuals who are suffering from domestic violence? You know, do you speak out on this type of thing on a normal? Or for the whites or the superiors, is this just a, you know, the tearing down of a black man and his legacy and y'all there front row because you really want to see it deep down? That's a good question, right? He's questioning motives. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do in this situation because we have to assume that these people do have good motives and they care about domestic violence if they're speaking up on that. But celebrating the downfall of a black leader is lame when not called for. But, I mean, come on, man. He beat the shit out that girl. He kicked her like it was football or something, man. So that's out, bro. That's out, man. We ain't rocking with none of that.
The reason I have to ask this question, Art, is because 40% of black women in America are domestically abused every day in this country.
Wow.
40%. That's almost half the black women in this country are victimized.
That's nuts. I didn't even know that, bro.
By their lovers, their husbands,
That's
their
nuts.
boyfriends, their baby.
Bro, that is nuts. I did not know that, bro. I ain't know that, nigga. What? 40%? Damn near. That's half, bro. We got to do better, man. We got to be held accountable as a people. 40%, that's lame as hell.
So almost half the black women in this country are victimized by their lovers, their husbands, their boyfriends, their baby dads, their fiancés. So if black men are appalled by Puff Daddy's behavior, if black women are appalled by Puff Daddy's behavior, why do we have so much domestic violence in the black community? Let me ask it another way. You want Puffy to suffer for what he did, and he should. But did you call the police when you heard your son beating his girlfriend up upstairs? Did you call the police when you heard your nephew choking out his girlfriend last week?
That's deep, bro. Now we speaking on the kids. And where are they learning to do this from? Your son, your nephew, you know what I'm saying? These younger black males, did they learn that from their fathers, their parents, their examples? You know what I'm saying? But, it's crazy because that goes to show you this shit is happening not just with the older black men, but the younger as well. And, make no mistake, this ain't to say every nigga beating the shit out that girl. That's not what's going on. But we do got to hold those people accountable like we are Diddy.
Call the police when you heard your grandfather smacking up your grandmother in the back room.
Golly.
See, I cannot condone hypocrisy, Art. I can't condone hypocrisy. If we are this adamant against domestic abuse, why is it so prevalent in the black community? Do you know that a black woman is 3 times as likely to be murdered by her romantic partner than a white woman? 3 times as likely.
That's
and I don't have to tell you, you watch the news, this whole year has been a killing spree against black women. I've seen more black women murdered this year.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga's a black woman advocate, man. Shout out to him, though, because we need him. We need people to be present in the fields that they passionate about, man. You could tell he very passionate about pro-black life, black in general, as a pan-Africanist for sure. But, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely speaking out for the women right now. I didn't know about any of these statistics. I'm going to be honest. 3 times. But it's kind of painting black men as monsters. So I'm kind of torn in between because I like to think we better than that. But we do got to hold these people accountable who are acting out like this. You know what I'm saying?
By their baby dad, by their estranged husband, by the fiance, more this year than I've seen in quite some time. You have white men who are taking black women on dates, beheading them, chopping their body parts up and distributing them all over the town, as was just happened in Ohio a few weeks ago and elsewhere in this country. It has been nothing but a homicide year for black women. Femicide in our community is a major problem. So if we are that in agreement against the abuse of black women, why is it so prevalent? Black women, when you find out your son, your nephew, your uncle, your brother, your father is beating on their women, have you called the police? Black men, when you find out your son, your nephew, your father, your uncle, your brother is beating up on black women, do you chin check him? Do you grab him by the collar? Do you pull him out the house and give his ass a good stomping that he deserves? No, you don't. You know what we do, Art? We turn the other cheek. You got black women being beat up in
So nobody being held accountable is what I'm hearing. We need to hold these people accountable. Your sons, fathers, whoever is in the abuse. That's what Umar is preaching. Shout out to him on that, man. We do gotta hold people accountable, but we also need to give people help, man. We gotta rehabilitate some of these people. Cause just cause they get in trouble don't mean they gonna stop their behavior. We have to change these people. You know what I'm saying? We got to start off by changing the mind so they actions could follow. Because if they morally don't see nothing wrong with it, then they will keep doing this, even if they get in trouble for it here, get in trouble for it there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, it's sick. Prayers up to Ohio too, man. Shame on them niggas sending out, shipping black women body parts. Y'all niggas weird, straight up.
churches. You got black women being abused in the masjid, Jehovah Witnesses, all organizations. You can't name me an organization, black conscious movement, mainstream black America, black church, black masjid, fraternity, sorority, masonics, I don't care what it is. Black women are being beat. Black pastors are beating up their women, and everybody's turning a blind eye. So to me, although Puffy needs to be held accountable, I would have to charge black America with being guilty of hypocrisy, because too many black women are being beat down and murdered every day in this country, and I do not see the outcry for them like I see the outcry for Cassie. And let me go a step further. Let me go another point. Let me go another point.
Damn, he cooking right now, man. Shout out to Dr. Umar, though, being that voice for these women right now in these predicaments. You know what I'm saying? Need more people like bro. You know what I mean? He real passionate about this. And shout out to we not promoting DV and all that. That's weird. But he's asking valid questions, man. You know, beyond the Cassie case, we need to care and prioritize the safety and health of our black women, straight up.
Because we dealing with the hypocrisy of this. I am not defending Sean Puffy Combs. I can sit here and tell you in the presence of my ancestors and in the presence of the Almighty, brother, I have never put my hands on a woman in my life. There's not a woman on this earth who can say Dr. Umar physically abused me. I could never do that, because I've seen domestic violence in my own home growing up as a child. I know what it is, brother. And because of that, I promised myself I would never put my hands on a woman. But here's another question I got for black America. If you care about domestic abuse so much, why were you absolutely quiet when the New York Appeals Court overturned Harvey Weinstein's conviction? Harvey Weinstein, who was accused of sexually abusing more than 100 women, plenty of them were black, and guess what? His conviction...
He number one sicko. Diddy number two. He behind Epstein. Shame on him. Yeah, bro. He's like, where was this passion at? Where was this accountability at? But also, I must say, Dr. Umar, if this is unfortunate that this is what it took to bring the light to domestic violence in these situations, but let it run its course, man. If this brings people along and makes them more passionate and aware about how black women are being treated in domestic violence and the health and wellness of black women, then, you know, we want people to wake up and be prepared and, you know, help survivors out. You know what I'm saying? But he is making very valid points.
Just got overturned. I ain't heard a word from nobody on YouTube. I ain't heard a word from nobody on YouTube. And Harvey Weinstein's attorney just said that because the New York case was overturned, Harvey Weinstein is still in jail for the Los Angeles conviction. But his attorney said Circumstances
Harvey Weinstein, my fault. Not Epstein, my fault.
involved in the New York case that was just overturned could lead to his Los Angeles conviction also being overturned, which means Harvey Weinstein could be set free someday soon. Why isn't Black America talking about that? Why isn't Black America talking about that? Are we really against domestic violence? Or are we just celebrating the downfall of a great Black mogul? Let me go another step.
Mm.
The Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church. Are you aware that the Roman Catholic Church has admitted to at least 11,000 separate sexual assaults of Roman Catholic?
Golly, 11,000? Bro, y'all niggas sick out here, man. Shame on you, bro. You gotta stop. Stop with the weird activities. But yeah, he right. Across all organizations, Christians, Muslims, Judas, whatever, Pan-Africanists, there is domestic violence going on, and we need to and not just domestic violence, sexual assault, harassment, a lot. So we need to, if we gonna care about it, let's care about it and hold everybody accountable. You know what I'm saying? And let's end it. Let's really fix this issue if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? He's like, let's not make this a trend. Let's not make this a temporary right now. We need to help the survivors and be pushing this agenda to end domestic violence
Upon innocent children. Let me say that again. 11,000 separate sexual assaults against innocent children by the priests of the Roman Catholic Church. At least 4,300 priests are involved. 11,000 acts of child sex abuse in the Roman
Shame on them, man. That's out of pocket.
Catholic Church. At least 4,300 priests are involved.
Wow.
If we are against domestic violence, Art, can I ask you a question? Why do we still have 3 million American African Catholics in the United States of America? How in the hell do you go back to Catholic Mass, Black people who claim to be against domestic violence? How do you go back to Catholic Mass? How are you still a member?
That nigga asking them hard questions.
The Roman Catholic Church, when over 11,000 separate incidents of child sex assault involving over 4,300 Roman Catholic priests, you claim you don't support domestic violence, and you still belong to a church that admits to over 11,000 acts of it. Will the real hypocrite please stand up? Will the real hypocrite please stand up? If we against it, why so many women being beat? Why are so many women being killed by their lovers? Why aren't their girlfriends saying anything? Their cousins aren't saying anything. Their next door neighbors aren't saying anything. Women in the congregation, men in the congregation aren't saying anything. If we hate domestic violence, why are Black women the greatest victims of it? Or do we only care when it's a light-skinned celebrity involved? And let me go a step further, Art.
Hell nah. Dr. Umar, bro, you cooking right now. I ain't gonna lie, you stepping. Why do we only care when it's a mogul, an icon? You know, we should care about these things on a daily, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at what he's doing because he's trying to push the average person to be accountable and work on ending domestic violence within the Black community. So I'm not mad at what he's doing at all. I rock with that because we all have to be a part of the end of domestic violence and help out how we can, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be, oh, hey, nah, bro, why you treating your lady like that? Checking your close friends, family, whatever, or you are part of a DV help group. Like, it's different ways you could get involved, but, you know, he cooking right now.
I got to go a step further. I gave you my moral answer. I want to switch to the legal.
Mm.
I want to switch to the legal. Cassie settled with Puff for 30 mils,
Mm.
which she took back to her white husband.
Mm.
If I were speaking with Cassie, and I want to be clear, I would.
That nigga now, Dr. Umar, he don't believe in black folks marrying outside of their race. And he's even gone so far as to say, you know what I'm saying, Negroes, you out here doing this shit and basically you bringing your riches to the white family and we need to keep the riches in our black African family to grow economics and the community, which I like that. I you know what I'm saying? I like that point of view.
Blame her for what she went through. I would never blame her for what she went through. I know what survivor's remorse is all about. I am in the field of psychology. I would never blame her or try to scapegoat her for what Puffy did to her. I would never do that to any woman. But if I were talking to Cassie, I would ask her this stuff. Sister Cassie. And I don't know if she identifies as black or mixed race or whatever bag she in. She definitely bunny hopping right now. But this is what I would ask her.
Hey, yeah, nigga, yeah. Hold them buddy hoppers accountable. Nigga, male, female, all that.
Was this about justice or was this about money? Because when you were with Puffy, because he's Sean Puffy Combs, you could have went into any police precinct. You could have picked up the phone and called any criminal defense lawyer in America and told them, I'm Sean Puffy Combs' lover, and I am afraid of my life because he is abusing me on a regular basis. Do you know how many lawyers would have jumped at an opportunity to not only put him behind bars, but also get her a payday?
Now, I'm gonna be real. This is the other side of it. This is the second perception point of view. And I hear it, but like he said, we can't blame the victim for what they going through. He asking questions. Now, I truly believe, like, hey, she was probably scared. Nigga's a billionaire, 100 millionaire, billionaire. Like, nigga, he got so much power, resources. It take money to go to war. She didn't have the resources or the money to really bring him down. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that she wanted to be there. I think he was kind of nigga holding her there unwillingly at points in the relationship. Sometimes, yeah, maybe she wanted to be there, but I think when shit got real bad, it was like, nah, cause I don't even trust her. I gotta keep her close so she don't blow up my whole shit, mess up my whole legacy. Got me out here for domestic violence and all this type of shit. So, you know, that's him protecting his brand.
I'm talking about when it was happening. When it was happening. She could have got justice immediately when it was happening. So if I was talking to my sister Cassie, assuming she claims to be black, if I was talking to my sister Cassie, Cassie, is this about justice or is this about money? Because if this is about justice and protecting sisters from domestic abuse, why didn't you run him to the police when you were still with Puffy? Why are we just now hearing about this 8 years later or however many years after the fact? Why did you wait until you married a white man and then came back to get the black man's money? Was this about money or was this about justice? I'm not shaming her. I'm simply saying I'm confused. Because if this is about women's...
Was this about money or was this about justice? Did she hold off on the case because she like, damn, I could get a bigger payday if I wait longer? I let it build up the case more. Maybe she could have brought attention. Maybe she was scared, man. You know, we really don't know. Like, I'm like the way he was beating the shit out that girl, I think she was afraid. And, you know, that is valid. Is this about money or justice? You know, either way, she deserved to get paid. I feel like regardless, through the trauma, we got to ask Cassie this, you know, what was it about?
in protecting women, why didn't you run his ass into the police back when this was happening? It's not like he a brother who just got out of prison, Art. It's not like he's a homeless boyfriend from high school. It's not like he's a brother working a regular 9 to 5. This is Sean Puffy Combs, the face of black music, who was a mogul before Jay-Z became a mogul.
Damn.
She would have had no problem embarrassing him, holding him accountable, getting him charged or convicted, but she waited it out. She waited it out. And after she finally left that situation, thank God she did, moved on, got her white husband, she comes back to get 30 million. Is it justice or is it extortion? Is it justice or is it extortion? Is it justice or is
it? I mean, do we blame her for extorting Diddy? No, because of the shit she went through. At least I don't. But you're right. Is this justice? Is it extortion? Did you really just want the payday? You was saving, you know, you was trying to cash in so you can get more money at a later date. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. I'm not sure if she's been involved in private DV groups. Like, I don't know how active she is in the domestic violence community. Maybe she doesn't want to be a speaker or you know, for this, or maybe that brings up trauma. We don't know how she deals with being a survivor of domestic violence. And we can't tell her how she should move on with her life, if she should be an advocate, if she should be a part of this group, if she should do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta stop expecting, like Cassie, nigga, she not Dr. Umar. She's not, you know what I'm saying? I don't think she's trying to bring the community together and be this, you know, leader for this and that. I don't think that's her goal for this.
extortion? And here's the point I want to make, and I'll close on this point. I'm concerned, Art, because I'm seeing a white power structure go after wealthy black men with old, outdated accusations of domestic abuse and sex abuse. Don't get me wrong. I don't trivialize sexual violence against women. I don't trivialize domestic violence against women because our women suffer from it the most. I don't trivialize it. I don't make light of it. But to have these women come back 8 years later, 10 years later, Bill Cosby, 40 years later,
Damn.
for financial demands for money, or try to get somebody incarcerated decades after, years after the offense, where you chose to do nothing at the time with celebrity men. I'm not talking everyday men, Art. We're talking celebrity men who have a lot to lose. I just can't sit by as a black man and say I'm okay with the legal system letting these women pop up whenever they feel like it, 5, 10, 30, 40.
Man, this is what's been happening. R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Diddy, all of our iconic moguls in hip hop, entertainment, rich, wealthy black men are being brought down. This is it's a theme, it's a trend, it's been happening, and it is dangerous if this continues. Now, none of these actions are correct, and that you should be held accountable for them. We don't know though if this stuff is true, if it's fake. You know what I'm saying? It's not specifically the Diddy situation, but with all the black leaders they taken down because of what they got going on in their personal lives, and you know, we just got to do better, man.
Later and say he did this to me and I want money even if he can't get jail time. If you really cared about justice, you would have brought suit against that black man before the statute of limitations expired.
The apology video. What did you think about the apology video? And do you think the apology video was a good idea?
I do not think the apology video was a good idea. Because number one, nobody's going to believe it, even if it's sincere. I have trouble believing it if it was sincere. Because of
we not believing it, nigga, because he came out like, I did not do this. Y'all gonna stop lying on my name. I'm not this kind of person, that. And then we see the video and you exactly what they say you are. You showing symptoms of the things that they're talking about and identifying with you, bro. It's like you are untrustworthy at this point. You're a liar.
He has to lose. Why wouldn't you do an apology video? Isn't that the first thing your lawyer or publicist makes you do when you are found at fault of breaking the law? Do an apology video. So I think it was bad because nobody's going to believe him. And if nobody believes you, that means they think that you're faking your apology, which, in my opinion, further diminishes and disgraces your reputation. I don't think I would have done it. And if I would have done it, first of all, I would have never been guilty of that. So let me be clear. I would have never been guilty of that to have to do it. But in Puffy's case, if you're going to do a video, Puff, and apologize, I believe it should have been personally sent to Cassie. Even if you're going to do a separate one for the public, because she's the person you offended against. You didn't offend.
That was the point. That was why I thought it was insincere and inconclusive. I think there's a lot more to go on with him, Cassie, and all the other survivors and people who are coming out claiming he did this and that, and sex trafficking, sexual assault, harassment. You know, he got a lot going on, but it was very insincere and not specific to the survivor of these incidents that did happen. It's not alleged because we saw it.
You offended against her first and the community second. So I can understand a video for the community because she belongs to us. But your first video should have been a personal one to her. That's number one. And only after she received the video, I would have let some time go by when this entire situation is an afterthought in everyone's mind. It's been rectified and settled. Then I would probably come out with an apology video. But to come out with an apology video when there's so many questions still unanswered, you have new accusations being made against you every day. So does this mean you're going to be doing an apology video for every woman that comes forward or every video that surfaces before the media? I think it was premature. I'm not against him doing it, but I do not think the timing was right at all.
That's a good point, man. He got a lot of accusations, a lot of people coming out with him every day. And you're right, it opened the door for, hey, now when you get caught or you guilty for this, do you come out with every single woman in person and apologize to them after, you know, it goes bad and the media hits it? You know what I'm saying? You could just handle it all in one, let time go by, but that might be looked at as insensitive, man. So, you know, this could have been a move by his lawyer, like, look, man, you need to apologize, whatever. I'm not sure, man. It's kind of interesting, bro. I love to know what y'all think, man. Y'all keep me updated. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this type of content. Do y'all enjoy watching Dr. Umar? We're going to get to it, man. It's Cartier, you in Cartier World.